Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Look, man. Hey, stroke my ego before you screw me. That sounds crazy, right? What the young boys say, pause, pause. Well, ain't no need to pause on this. That's what Turki Alalshikh needs to do. If he wants to make a fight with anyone of interest against Gervonta Davis or Canelo Alvarez. Now, there's already some things in motion for Turki Alalshikh to start working with PBC. Just the fact that it's being entertained, it's being talked about. Leonard Ellaby has come out here, has been pretty vocal about trying to come together and make fights, trying to do something in Saudi with Riyadh season against Matchroom. So the fact that those conversations have taken place are ongoing, that lets you know that there's a strong possibility that Turki Alalshikh is going to get an opportunity to work with more PBC fighters, possibly even Gervonta Davis. Now, the thing is this. For those who want to sit here and just totally shut that conversation up, don't do it. Have a dialogue. Now, when there's a trend in the market, you can probably, safely assume that most people are going to go towards that trend. So if you're an investor and everything is going towards the tech, you're probably going to put some money that way. Well, you look at Turki Alalshikh, the trend is Turki Alalshikh, and everybody is going that way. So there may be some guys who are a little bit late to the party, but eventually they'll probably come. And I think that's what you're going to see. But one thing I realize when it comes to, I think, just PBC, Al Heyman, Canelo, Gervonta Davis, right? Especially Canelo, he likes to have his ego stroked. He likes to hear nice things. He wants to be told how great he is. It's almost like he just wants that acknowledged. And I think Turki Alalshikh has to learn, and it's going to be hard for him to acquire this quality, right? Because when you're in a position that he's in, and the type of power he has, when it comes to business, he just wants to get it done. I used to be like that, very iron-fisted when it comes to business, doing things. We have meetings, we have certain briefings, we have contracts and things that need to get firmed up. I was like that. Like I didn't have time sometimes to come and talk nice to somebody when I needed an answer on something. I come to you, hey, X, Y, and Z, I need an answer. I don't need, well, could you say good morning to me? Like, that would send me through the roof, It's like, I need to get things done. I think Turki Alalshikh has a little bit of that in him. But the bottom line is, I had to learn that. When dealing with people are your most vital resource, right? The human capital element is everything when it comes to business, right? And for Turki Alalshikh, I think he's starting to realize that. But you got to come out here, and he has to come out here now and make Canelo feel like what Canelo feels about himself. It's a good example. Eddie Hearn's great at making a fighter feel that there's something they're not. And if they are that, he makes them feel that they're more than what even they felt they were. Case in point, look at how he made Deontay Wilder feel. Deontay Wilder, remember that bomb squad, this and that? He had that man sitting there looking like he was goddamn 6 years old, and that was his pappy sitting over there. When they were at the press conference, Deontay Wilder sat there looking like a child. Because when Eddie Hearn started talking, saying all these amazing things about Deontay Wilder, even Deontay Wilder was like, shit, who's he talking about? He caught him off guard. But Turki Alalshikh, I think, has to do that with Canelo. Now, when it comes to Gervonta Davis, look, he needs that too. But Gervonta's, he's growing, he's maturing, but he still got a little hood in him. So with Gervonta, you may be able to get him with just talking about how great of a fighter he is, but you may have to have him come on over to the country or send him a little watch. You may have to do something because Gervonta will bite on that kind of shit. Like that. That's the difference with, I think, a lot of people. Some people want you to just praise them. Other people want you, and they feel good when you tell them nice things. Other people, it's all about, what are you going to give me? And that gives them the satisfaction of someone who's being given a verbal type recognition. Anyway, the big problem that Turki Alalshikh is gonna face is, all right, if I come and stroke these guys' egos and make them feel good about themselves, okay, maybe that lowers their guard a little bit. But how do I get them to fully drop their guard to where now I can do business with them? Well, this is the first problem. He has to figure out the why. He has to figure that out. Why would they want to come over here to Saudi Arabia? Tank Davis, when he faced Frank Martin, word on the street is Tank made a minimum. Well, he made between like 15 and 25 million. It said it all depends on the live gate and pay-per-view figures, but the bottom line is Gervonta Davis is being reported could be on the low end, 15 million, could be on the high end, 25. I don't have a firm figure, but that's what I'm finding. With Canelo, the fact that his numbers did so good against Edgar Berlanga in his last fight, Canelo was guaranteed 40. He probably made up more like 60, 65 because Canelo gets paid a little bit of everything. And with those pay-per-view numbers, you know he's going to get a good percentage of that. And Edgar Berlanga made good money. So when these guys are here in the United States and Tank before Frank Martin, you just look at what Tank made with Ryan Garcia. He made good money. The bottom line is wherever Tank goes, he's going to sell out. His pay-per-view numbers are going to look pretty good. Wherever Canelo goes, he's going to sell out. His pay-per-view numbers are going to look pretty good. Why would they come over to Saudi Arabia? I mean, you got to put something in their face. Sound crazy, right? You got to put something in front of them to make them say, I have to go. Because they don't have to. Gervonta Davis and Canelo Alvarez, they're not in the same position as 99% of these other fighters. They march to the beat of their own drum. They sit right over here where they're comfortable and make multiples of millions of dollars. A good example is Naoya Inoue. Inoue is out there in Japan, murdering the Tokyo Dome. This man out here making 15 to 25 million. They said he couldn't make up the 20. Naoya Inoue is making like up to 25 million because he's getting a little piece of everything. Trying to uproot that man from Tokyo, which is what the plan is, not the end of this year he'll fight in Tokyo, then early 2025, they're looking to bring him over here and have more of an Asian invasion on America. The man's already fought in America, but you know that's how they're going to sell it. He's coming to take over America. All that sounds good, but I'd be curious to know if Inoue is over there in Japan because of those live gates, and this man is making, 15, 20, 25 million, right? What kind of money how are you going to get him to come over here if you're not going to pay him something like that? He doesn't need to come over here. He can sit over there, man, and just goddamn, man, take it to the bank every single fight against opponents. Opponents don't even need to have a big name. Once he's fighting, the country's going to turn out. It's like Canelo in Guadalajara, Jalisco, and Gervonta Davis fighting out there in that DMV area, Virginia, Baltimore area, Atlanta. They're going to get paid. So in my opinion, it's going to have to be something big. And this is the other thing I'm going to say. Since the Saudis are printing their own money, Turki Alalshikh has access to the sovereign wealth fund, right? Trillions of dollars. If Turki Alalshikh is really racing against time because of his health, right? Now, these aren't my words. These are his words. He doesn't know if he'll be around to see certain fights. So that's why there's the rush to put on such robust fight cards and have certain fights made. Because Turki Alalshikh, these are things he wants, but he doesn't know how much longer he has because he's very sick. Those aren't my words. I see some people in the comments, he'll be around. How do you know that? Well, look, McNicholas, you seagull, why don't you go out there for yourself and read like I do? But if that's the case, right, go ahead and put the money up. Now, I see some people disagree. Canelo doesn't deserve $200 million. Look, Floyd Mayweather got paid, man, talking about a $300 million or something to fight, $350 million to fight Pacquiao. It was a $180 million guarantee, I believe. All right? Now, if Floyd can get paid that kind of money, Pacquiao, I think, made up to like 100 and something million. Conor McGregor, when he fought Floyd, he ended up with pay-per-view and everything, made like 100 and something million. All I'm saying is if Floyd can make that kind of money, just the guarantee alone, from back in the many years ago, why can't Canelo right now make that kind of money? Why can't Gervonta Davis come out here and get, 80, 90 million? Because Canelo, of course, has proven he's the biggest star in the sport of boxing. But why can't they get that? Why would a boxing fan have an issue with these guys getting dough? I think everybody should get dough. I kind of like what Jake Paul is doing. He's putting pressure on the MMA world. Yo, UFC, pay every fighter no matter what level they're at a minimum 50,000 a fight. I think that's how it should be. But of course, I'm not a financial advisor in the sports world, so I can't come out here and say with confidence that this is something they can do. But you would think they should be able to do it. So I think there's some work to be done there. But in my opinion, any fan who thinks it's absurd to pay Canelo 200 or pay Gervonta Davis 100 million or 80 million, why you feel that way? Tyson Fury, from a couple articles I read, it said it reported that Tyson Fury made 170 million to fight Usyk. Usyk made like 60, 70 million. How's that? So why not have an issue with that? I don't think you should have an issue with anything, but that's just me. These dudes should be getting paid, man. If nobody's buying the pay-per-view, right? The pay-per-view numbers are very skewed. They should be much higher because everybody's out here fire sticking it. But all I'm gonna say is, if everyone's fire sticking it, these fighters aren't getting what they really deserve. When you look at 3-4 million people watch the fight, but 2-3 million, 4 million other people who watch the fight illegally streamed it. How much money does that equate to as far as a financial loss to the fighter for the overall event? So if these guys can come out and get guarantees by someone who really, I would say, doesn't care about money, why not? He's bridging the gap. Anyway, y'all keep cool. I think Gervonta, he needs his ego stroke, but he's a bit more showy, materialistic. I think you could tell him nice things about himself, but you got to give him something, a ring, a watch, a purse, something. With Canelo Alvarez, you just got to just keep telling him, how great he is. He may want to hear that he's handsome. He want to hear that. He just wants you to just pump his head full of all kind of goddamn gas. That's what Canelo wants. And I think Eddie Hearn has got it down to a science. I'm going to do and say whatever I have to get your ass hooked. And then now, I'm going to get you in the fight that I want you in. And I'm going to screw you. That's the only thing they need to be careful of. Because Canelo fuck around and take that 200 million and they put his ass into with Benavidez. Because that'll probably be the arrangement, the agreement of Crawford. Now, some people think Crawford would beat Canelo. I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting. I'll say this. Canelo's bigger, he's strong, everything. With Terrence Crawford, I don't think Crawford will just get in there and run. I think Crawford will try to box, use his reach, use his footwork, try to, control the range. I don't think Crawford will allow himself to be backed up against those ropes. But I'll say this, right? Every fighter Canelo's got in that ring with, especially these guys who are bigger than him, within the first 15 seconds, their asses are backing up, and within the first minute and a half, they find their back on the ropes. How does that happen? And how is it that a person can believe it won't happen to Crawford? And if it is happening to Crawford, what is Crawford going to do? Because he was very mindful of his back being on the ropes when he fought Madrimov. He was very mindful of that. But I think it's fair to say Canelo is a different beast than Madrimov. Even though I think Madrimov is a badass, Canelo has a lot of experience, man. And that experience shows up at fights. So to come and say Madrimov will beat Canelo, I don't know. But I would say Canelo brings more to the table than Madrimov did, and Crawford would have more to worry about. Anyway, these guys need to, they just need the ego stroke in Turki Alalshikh or any promoter who can put up big money. They'll get what they want and get these guys in the fights they want. But you better believe, I think it'll be harder to get Tank than it will Canelo, because it just seems like they're not trying to fool around with Turki Alalshikh at all. But I think if they play it right, Turki Alalshikh, I think he can get Gervonta Davis to come and fight in Saudi on a Riyadh season card. If not, they may try to do something stateside, but they're gonna go to where the money's at. But you gotta stroke their egos. Anyway, y'all keep cool in the breeze.